What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Patriots franchise. We are 3-0. We are the greatest team of all time. Do I need to do slider changes? I don't know. Um, like, my run blocking's already crap. I'll drop my wide receiver catching by 2, and I might bump their pass completions by 2, their wide receiver completions down. Like, I'll bump it like that. Maybe that'll be a little bit better. Because their quarterback last week had was like 10 for 25. But we're going to do QB1 check-in, weekly strategy, and we're going to jump right in the game. Josh Hales has been insane. Especially last week, he popped off, had 100-yard receivers and one with 90 yards. And because Jalen Waddle was out with an injury, along with Christian Gonzalez, by the way, did not matter. Justin Jefferson had one big play, and that was about all he had. So, yeah. I'll see you after I complete these mini games, and then we'll hop right into a game. As we got gold with everyone. So now we're simming through. Training. Please, nobody get injured. Hey, it's nice to see Jalen Waddle finally wanting to play football. I swear, he gets injured at least once a year for me. Whenever I play. Alright, here we go. Upgrades. Kyle Terry. Giving you playmaker. Can you get more speed? Probably not. I mean, playmaker, that's Kyle Terry for you. And those ones aren't that big of a deal. We're going to jump right into the game. Against the Lions, Martin Teller. Is he a superstar? Apparently. We're here in Foxborough. You guys don't need to see the cutscene. Clash of Conferences. Like, whoopie-dang-do. We are once again kicking it off. As I got removed from a party I didn't know I was in. Interesting. That sounds like fun. As here is no return. Okay. Here's Jared Goff and the Lions offense. Still kind of its main core. Goff, Amon-Ra, I think Laporta. Yep, Jared Parks. And Jahmyr Gibbs. As there is Gibbs. Great start, 13 yards. Hoping we don't give up 13 every play. Who's on our D-line? Bilal Nichols is there? Did I sign him? I did. You know, that's the kind of situation where Jordan Davis should be blowing through, and he's just blowing through, just not in the defensive tackle position. I think he's our rush tackle, isn't he? He keeps blowing up. He keeps ending up on the edge, which I guess is because the end rusher is actually will go into pass coverage. There is Chris Wade. Had a slow day last week. I think he had like 1 tackle and no TFLs, which he's been primarily good at TFLs. He has like 4 sacks, 8 tackles for loss, however many weeks. As Goff has to throw it away immediately. There's Christian Gonzalez. Look at him. He's here. He wanted to play football today. Remember last week he was hurt. And Cordell Goodwin absolutely locked down Justin Jefferson. There's Sergio Holmes. He gained some. I don't know, but Sergio Holmes looks smaller now that he's wearing 16 instead of 20. I don't know why. Maybe it's because the numbers aren't as big, which wouldn't make a lot of sense. But Jalen Waddle also back off the injured list. I don't remember what injury he had. We're going to go deep. First play, Dorsey can't make the grab. Brian Branch drops an interception. There's the other 2 former first-round picks from the Lions in 2021, Jack Campbell and Brian Branch. Why did I say 2021? That was last year. 2023, jeez. There's Jalen Waddle, first down. As Waddle, I do enjoy having Waddle's presence on the team. Chris Thomas is wide open, and Chris Thomas is going to gain a great gain. That didn't make a lot of sense, but we're going to go with it. 19 yards for Chris Thomas. Yeah, this RPO offense has been very good for us. As there's Anthony Dorsey using our more RPOs. That's another 17 yards. And a great start. I think all of our top 3 receiving threats have all gotten targets and receptions. So there's Ramondre. Because, yeah, Waddle had 1, then Thomas got 1, and then Dorsey got 1. So now we just got to give 1 to Kyle Terry, and all 4 of our starting receivers / tight ends would have 1 for over 10 yards. Oh, yep, that's not. I was hoping I could come, do a quick cutback and get a jump up, but he overthrew him. You're just not going to give me any run plays? Our entire offense is built around the run. Aiden Hutchinson's on the inside, but he has edge threat, so I'm just going to run it right up the middle. Luke Jackson. We're going to get Luke Jackson a touchdown. Hopefully. This is probably not going to work, but we are going to figure it out. Touchdown, Patriots. Luke Jackson, the fullback. In our large amount of high-powered offensive weapons, it's the 76 overall fullback who gets the touchdown. After the touchback, Goff and the Lions offense comes back out after they punted their first drive. I think it was a punt. Yes, because I talked about how Sergio Holmes looked tiny. Every time I hear Sergio, I always think of Perez, the F1 driver. I don't know why. I guess because his name's Sergio, but Checo. Maybe I should change his name to Checo Holmes. Goff goes down, and guess who? Chris Wade. Unstoppable at this point. He's just so good. Now we're going man coverage. Wade is on Laporta. And he knocks it down. Almost a pick, but Chris Wade is turning into Jadeveon Clowney, except with pass coverage. Who's a linebacker that's crazy in pass coverage? And Fred Warner? Fred Warner could be a solid comparison. Even though I wish Chris Wade was as good. If I had Fred Warner, that'd be crazy. But yeah, there's Jalen Waddle. The stat padding's insane. He catches everything that goes over like 50 yards. If he's on a streak, I'll probably throw it to him, and he usually gets a big gain. Dorsey breaks a tackle, and he's going to get down inside the 20. That is why we have big-bodied receivers. We've got 2 big-body guys with Terry and Dorsey, and we have speed guys with Keys and Waddle. It's the perfect combination. Oh, we look for Ramondre. Ramondre is turning into a legitimate receiving back. Like every game or two, he'll have like this huge catch for like 70 yards and a touchdown. For no reason whatsoever, other than he just feels like it, you know. He throws it out of the back to Chris Thomas. He gains 4. I forgot, I don't like that play. Last week against the Vikings, I ran that play and got an illegal man downfield because I waited more than 2 seconds, not even 2 seconds to throw the ball. As there's Thomas again, going to the edge. He's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Chris Thomas with another touchdown. We've played 4 games, haven't we? No, this is the 4th game, yeah. Yeah, the Lions are 2-1. We're 3-0. I mean, we destroyed the Jets. But that's just, I think, Zach Wilson finally forgot how to play football. We were close game with the Chargers, even though Herbert had no receivers. It was a close game with the Vikings, even though Justin Jefferson didn't have a quarterback. And then, end of the first quarter, by the way. And then this game has not looked close. They've had 2 punts on their first 2 drives, and Chris Wade is playing amazing. And Gibbs will lose a yard. Marte Mapu. Are we going to go undefeated this season, guys? I mean, I've actually been making more good decisions. I haven't been making these stupid throws. I mean, I haven't been making as many stupid throws. Don't do it. Chris Wade picks it off. I read it perfectly. And now Wade's trying to outrun Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jahmyr Gibbs, so he won't. But Chris Wade gets his first pick of the year, I think. And you see this. I mean, I know I've been screwed over by that play so many times where the receiver just comes back to the ball. So I took Wade down there, and I'm like, who's going to be the receiver to come back? And I saw Amon-Ra coming back. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to cover Amon-Ra. And what do you know? It's the right decision as Hales gets smoked. Incomplete pass. And now our completion percentage is getting tanked with Hales, so we got to go back to what works. A screen pass. Well, that one didn't work. And we're back to 50% completion percentage. We didn't gain a single yard after the Wade interception. And we will get a field goal from Owen Foster. And it's 17-0. Oh, are we going to, like, kill them? I'm afraid to touch the sliders at all. Because I know as soon as I touch the sliders, we're going to start getting blown out by 60 like we did against the Browns last season. Or the Jets. Man, I'm just glad we beat the Jets. Because these are the same sliders that we had against the Chiefs. Actually, no, these are actually harder sliders than we had against the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game where we got steamrolled. So, I don't know if it's just I made my team better. As there is that DeAndre Hopkins? We have allowed 21 yards in total. That's ridiculous. Is that Dave Montgomery? Oh my gosh, you had Amon-Ra if you tested him. I mean, it was Christian Gonzalez in coverage, I believe, but still, you gotta do something, Jared. All right, we're blitzing. And he got hit as he threw by guess who? It was Chris Wade. Chris Wade is electric this season. Chris Wade's just the greatest of all time. Here's Sergio Hopkins for his third punt return of the game. And he gains it up to the 35. Here comes Hales. Our last drive was very bad. So we're going to go to something that'll work. Just some running the ball. Thomas with a nice block downfield allows Hales to run for 18 yards. Actually might be more than what Ramondre has this game. It's going to be, yeah. I think Ramondre's probably at 14. Now 15. Ramondre's averaging 5 yards per carry. That's not bad. I mean, the inside zone's been working. I mean, this is not even a fair matchup, but I feel like Ramondre always seems to find a way. And what do you know? He finds a way. Now he's all of a sudden gaining 19 yards. Now we're going to run some read option. Or some RPO, not read option. Chris Thomas gains 3. We're up over 500 on completion percentage again. That's just my goal every week. My goal every week is to win, is thing number 1, and number 2 is just keep the completion percentage over 500. And then after that, it's just getting as many yards with players. That's a 71 yards for Dorsey. And I mean, I want to spread the rock around. I want to get more people touchdowns when I can. Like when I threw a touchdown pass to Jeremiah Bullough last week. I want to see more than just, you know, Dorsey and Waddle and Thomas to succeed and Ramondre. I want to see Nick Keys. I want to see Kyle Terry. Oh, that was almost a pick. But I want to see some of these lesser known or lower guys on the depth chart get some chances, even if my depth chart doesn't want to do that. Throwing it cross field because I forgot which button was which. We're below 500 completion percentage again. And Owen Foster's coming in for his second field goal of the game. I nailed it because I'm the greatest field goal kicker with Owen Foster. I mean, Owen Foster's been a sneaky good draft. We got him in, what, the 7th round, 6th round? In the second year of our draft. Because before that, it was Chad Ryland. And I don't even remember who our punter was. I remember I put him on the thumbnail once, back when I was making crap thumbnails. I mean, I don't know how good you guys think the thumbnails are. I think they're better than they were. And I would just put like a red or a blue background and just put a bunch of like cutouts of the players we had. I remember I tried to do a jersey swap for Curtis Samuel and I wanted to put him on a thumbnail. And it was like the worst thing ever. Amari Reynolds just dropped the pick, by the way. But like, it was horrible, so it was so bad I literally just didn't use it and decided I was just going to go with his jersey where he had the Commanders jersey on. As Kyle Duggar and Chris Wade get another tackle for loss. I mean, what happened? Were the Lions good last year? I don't remember. And Goff misses Amon-Ra. And this is after I boosted their passing accuracy. Like, I dropped their receivers catching by a little bit, but the receivers hadn't had a chance to catch anything so far this game. We have forced punts on every single drive so far. Are we seriously going to shut out the Lions? That would be wild. Does Ramondre continue his hot start to a season? I don't know. Does the reigning back-to-back reigning the back-to-back reigning rushing title leader guy keep getting good rushing yards? I mean, pending an injury, nothing's going to stop Ramondre. Knock on wood, obviously. That's not who I wanted to throw it to, but it works. You can tell it wasn't who I wanted to throw it to because I tried pump faking and instead threw a lob. All right, touchdown here, Jalen Waddle. Dang it, come on. I'm going to start putting on shoot clock. Honestly, I just want to get us out of this game because it's not close. Hales is going to have a ton of open field and get down. He's got 46 rushing yards. That was a 28-yard rush. Brian Branch got the tackle. Oh, that's picked. And I shouldn't have thrown that ball. If it wasn't play action, I could have thrown it earlier, but I saw he was open right away. It's like, hey, I can throw it. All of a sudden, boom, no, I can't. Uh-oh, they got the momentum, even though they don't have momentum. Empty backfield. Why do we have Marte Mapu covering Amon-Ra St. Brown? That's just the dumbest thing I've ever seen. There's Logan Thomas. Oh boy. Logan Thomas. That is who you said. I think Chris Thomas might have more receiving yards than Logan Thomas in his career already. Oh my gosh. CJ Gardner-Johnson just got mossed with a pass interference. I'm taking that, and then Owen Foster's going to come in to extend his lead. That was such an impressive play by Chris Thomas. Holy cow. Halftime. Running the ball has not worked the last 2 or 3 games. Aiden Hutchinson, why'd you throw it out that way? Aiden Hutchinson is too good for Jordan Mailata, apparently. Do I need to sacrifice Mike Onwenu, see if Mike Onwenu can play defense against him? Kyle Terry, catch it, buddy. Oh, he almost had it. Tipped off his hands. I was hoping he'd get a jump ball animation, not the just put his hands up like he's trying to get a pass interference. Here's Lane Shipley. And he tried to return it and stepped out immediately. Thank you. There's Amon-Ra. Had that Mickey Mouse touchdown because we felt bad. All right, pass committing. It's the same play, isn't it? Reynolds back up. This is where we traded for Hendon Hooker and Jamison Williams last year. Who did we trade for him? I think it was just draft picks, wasn't it? Because I don't think we didn't have any of those guys. We didn't have Reynolds or well, we obviously didn't trade a receiver for a receiver. Because we were needing a receiver with Dorsey being hurt and Waddle always being hurt. I don't remember who we traded for them. But I know my title was like, this trade could save our season. And it did. Jamison Williams turned into the greatest player of all time. As there's DeAndre Hopkins. First down. We're going to lose this game, I feel. It just seems like a game I would lose. Up 20-0. It's 28-3 all over again. No way, Sam. Goff throws a 360 no-scope over towards Sam Laporta, and Laporta somehow catches it. That's more on Goff sucking and Laporta somehow being the greatest of all time. Because Goff, that was a horrible throw, buddy. As Gibbs is averaging 2 yards per carry, which somehow seems like it's more than what Ramondre is averaging. Another 2nd and 5. Good job, Cordell. You got picked. And they're going for 2. What would this make it? An 8-point game? I'm pass committing. Oh, nope, it's a rush. Thank you, Jordan Davis. He saved it, and it's still a 10-point game. And now he's basically punching whoever the heck Parks is. All right, Ramondre has had 1 rush since, like, the first quarter. This play has always been my best play. The left side rush to the short end of the field. Ramondre always would break it off for huge yardage. And here we go. There's that huge yardage we know. Jack Rutherford is hurt. Read zone bubble. Kyle Terry would be the one to get it. We'll test it. And that's why we do it. That's now Chris Buchanan's hurt. Okay. Is he getting walked off? No, he's only on the sideline, which usually means he's fine, but not always. There are instances where they are indeed not fine.
On play action, they'll throw. Dance into his left.
Oh my gosh, Kyle Dorsey. Anthony Dorsey. Who's Kyle Dorsey? I'm getting every name wrong. Anthony Dorsey just caught a prayer. That's the kind of throw that Anthony Dorsey would catch. As there's Dorsey again. And now he's hurt. No. He's holding his side. Please, no. If it's just bruised ribs like it is for Buchanan, I can live with that. But I can't have Anthony Dorsey out for an extended period of time again. As Chris Thomas has a touchdown. His 2nd of the game, 3rd of the season, 3rd in his last 2 weeks. Hip bursitis. Kyle Terry, I don't want to risk you getting hurt. All right, come on. Let's go back to first half lines. As Gibbs just got, like, hit high and low at the same time. Which I think would cut sticks be illegal next year? Because I know hip drops are illegal, but would cut sticks count as? Because that's just like cheap, I think. Because you're not allowed to go high on it. So cut sticks are like the way you tackle against. Like, I don't know who would be the best example. Derrick Henry. There's Marte Mapu with the sack. And if Marte Mapu didn't get the sack, it would have been Chris Wade. I should just start putting Chris Wade in the sub linebacker role over Marte Mapu, because Chris Wade is better than Marte Mapu. I say that as Marte Mapu gets his second TFL of the game. Or in a row. Might be his third. I think all his tackles might be TFLs. 3rd and 20. Backing him up. Going deep for Gibbs. No way. Not gonna happen. Dan Campbell's not getting aggressive now. I understand it, seeing that it's 4th and 20 in the 3rd quarter. I wish they did have like an aggressiveness scale for the coaches. Like Dan Campbell would go for it on more aggressive downs. While, I don't know, who's a less aggressive coach? Brandon Staley is not a coach anymore, but I'm just going to say, let's say Brandon Staley is an aggressive coach. Brandon Staley wouldn't go for it on 4th. Or Joe Random, you know. I mean, Ramondre hasn't been terrible, but he just hasn't been getting rushes. We'll start handing him off a ton. I could take it to the end of the 3rd, but I'm going to give him one more handoff. Thank you. Glad I did. End of the 3rd quarter, into the 4th. We are winning. So, yay. 276 passing yards is very good for Josh Hales. Excuse me. Come on, Hales. Oh, nope. It's the stupid... I got a holding penalty, too. Cole Strange, if it's you, I'm benching you, and I'm not joking. Jordan Mailata. Arguably worse. You better... Yeah, I was going to say, you better take the 4th and 7. Hales loses yardage, so forced to punt. Lane Shipley, his 2nd punt of the game, I think. There's Stephon Gilmore missing a tackle for getting blocked from making a tackle. Stephon Gilmore had a crazy game last week, and then we decided, let's bench him instead. Oh, no, he's on the field. Like, he's not playing as much. Because, I mean, we have Gonzo back. So it's Gonzalez, Goodwin, and Reynolds. Here's Chris Wade. Oh, Rob Davis is hurt. Of course he is. But Amon-Ra drops a pass. Honestly, kind of shocked. 3rd and 4. Another 3rd down. And Reynolds knocks it out. Looking for D-Hop. Amari Reynolds is there. A foot contusion. Oh, yeah, this is the kind of, like, aggressive play call you'd expect from Dan Campbell. Kyle Duggar manned up on Laporta. Uh-oh. He's gone. Parks. Oh, no, he's not. Duggar's got him. Nope, he doesn't. Jared Parks. Huge touchdown to cut the lead to 10. Yes, I am playing keep away. I've been chewing clock since the 2nd quarter. Oh my gosh, Anthony Dorsey just juked out 4 players. Holy cow. That's the kind of RPOs that I want to run. Like, I'm only going to be... I think this entire drive, I'm just going to run RPOs and handoffs. RPOs and handoffs. RPOs, handoffs. Because they're guaranteed catches. And they are handoffs. Like, the clock's going to run the entire time. Good job, Cole Strange. Inside zone right behind you, and you go right instead of blocking the guy right in front of you. Okay, we're running this. This is a very low leverage play. I don't know if that made any sense. But Anthony Dorsey is going to not be able to catch it. Wow. How aggressive do we get? We're on their side of the field.
Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game.
Here we go. We're fake punting it.
Right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching.
And how about this, a fake?
Holy Lane.
And this is incomplete.
I needed to throw it earlier, clearly. Gilmore had him open. But Lane has no arm.
The Lions will take over.
And he put Drew Brees at punter. All right, well, they get the ball back at midfield,
Now a first down throw.
which I understand is like a bad,
Setting up the screen. This is
if you
Gibbs.
think about it, it's a bad play. But
Down at the 46.
I don't care.
So they go from 146
Next time we get the ball, 'cause we're not, I'm calling it right now, we're not going to lose the onside kick. We are getting the onside kick if they score a touchdown.
Now it's gone.
And they might not even have a chance at an onside kick because Amon-Ra forgot how to play football. That's his second or third drop of the game. Jadeveon Clowney's the QB spy, which I don't like, but I'd rather have him be the QB spy than the guy manned up on, what's his face? Okay. Now DJ, okay, now it's Clowney manned up on Gibbs.
Go off throwing again. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Parks. And they'll wind up getting this
Stop
one
running, hurry. I
first
want
down
to do a change.
20.
Well, we're going to have to
To the line now.
do our best here.
Now gone. Going underneath
Mapu
the
keeps
and he'll take it
keeps him gaining too much.
to the 15 at the 16-yard line.
This is really hurting both sides of the ball. You know that, right, Jared?
Off play action. Here's Goff.
Touchdown D-Hop.
And in for the Lions touchdown. Last touchdown. I mean, we're set up for a good
Can this go to Jalen Waddle? Yes.
Charles, obviously.
Jalen Waddle is a better person for a jet sweep than Kyle Terry.
Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back.
Okay, Chris Thomas just didn't block him. Okay, that's just fun. But we do have 2 clocks, so they won't have a ton of time left. No matter what time's on the clock. All right, Hales, I'm putting it all in your hands. Kyle Terry dropped it. That was poor accuracy because I threw it backwards, back shoulder to him. I told him to stop, and he stopped, and he dropped it. All right, I need to think about this. Who am I going to throw it to? I think Dorsey's the top option here.
Flushed out right.
Hales is going to put the team on his back, though. Josh Hales, he's still going, and iced the game. Josh Hales just ended it right there. How big of a play was that? I can't check. Yeah, I can't check it. I can't. Yeah, that was a ridiculous play. Josh Hales put the team on his back on that one play, and now Ramondre has his X factor. So you either get Ramondre or you get Dorsey here, and both of them have been unstoppable. Hepatitis who? All right, I think this could be a Ramondre touchdown with how broken his X factor is.
Now a handoff. Stevenson.
Uh-oh.
Looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. We'll get a report.
And Ramondre's getting walked off the field.
Another running situation on the
Casey Amerson's in.
2nd and 10.
And Amerson's going to run through the middle and get a first. That's huge. And this is a guaranteed handoff, Keaton Mitchell, whether they bite on me or not. Keaton Mitchell gains 3. What's the injury for Ramondre? So you're going to tell me this play or next play? Turf toe. Okay, that's not a severe... I mean, I know it hurts, but I know that he'll be fine. Casey Amerson in the backfield. Clock winding down. Handoff. Amerson pushing down to the 1. I'm going to get him his touchdown. He deserves it. Unless Dorsey's open. He's going to be open. I don't care. I'm giving Amerson the touchdown. Get in, buddy. I'm running it back because the game's over. I'm running it all the way down. 6, 5, 4, 3. There we go. Amerson's not going to be able to get it. Lions get the ball back, but the game's over. We take down the Lions to advance to 4-0. Dan Campbell loses. And a great game altogether. Like, we fell off in the second half, but it didn't matter. 19 for 34, 2 touchdowns and a pick. 307 yards is very good. Hales, 78 yards, thanks to that 36-yard rush at the end of the game. Stevenson, 72 yards. Amerson, 15. Mitchell, 3. Luke Jackson, 0, but did have our touchdown. Dorsey, 155 yards. Thomas, 95 and 2 touchdowns. Waddle, 49. Terry, 8. I think Terry had 2 drops, though. Yeah, and Stevenson had 1. Tackle leaders. Mapu and Duggar both had 8. No one else had more than 3. And that was Gonzalez and Wade, and then Clowney, Jackson, Davis each had 2. 3 TFLs for Mapu, 2 for Davis and Wade, 1 for Duggar. Sacks for Mapu and Wade, obviously. Interception for Wade. 2 pass deflections for Reynolds, 1 for Wade. No forced fumbles, no safeties, no blocks, no touchdowns. And I think of all these people, I think it's the man himself, Anthony Dorsey, who deserves to be on the cover, or on the thumbnail. If I can find a play for it, otherwise it'll be someone else. So a great game all around by the team. Chris Wade, by the way, is slowly becoming one of my favorite players on the team. I mean, just the amount of heart he puts into every play. And as a second-year guy, too. I mean, he doesn't even get any good abilities. His one ability is pass rushing ability, and he is not a pass rusher. He is a run stopper and pass coverage guy. So I think I'm going to make one change in the depth chart, and that is going to sub linebacker, and Chris Wade is moving up to number 1 on the sub linebacker depth chart. Juan Thornhill being the third guy on that is funny. QB check-in. Chris Hales is him. 5 medium and deep throw accuracy, and offensive linemen get better pass blocking. Too bad my offensive line does not pass block. As we advance to next week, we have a breakout wide receiver, and I think we know who it's going to be. You guys are going to have to wait until next episode to find out, though I think you guys should all know. Yeah, we are having... I'll just do a quick check through on the awards. Or not awards, stats for our team. Josh Hales, 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns, 4 picks. We're above 55 completion percentage now. That's what I like to see. Rushing, it's Ramondre's almost at 500. Hales at 100. Mitchell at 26. Amerson, Waddle, and Huntley. Negative yards, Dorsey, Terry, and Hopkins. And then touchdowns. It's really just Ramondre. Receiving, Dorsey leads in receiving, and he has 11 more catches than Waddle. And then it's Waddle, Terry, Thomas, Stevenson, Keys, Parker, and Bullough has 1 catch on the year. The Ohio State tight end. No one has negative yards, right? Yeah. Touchdown leaders, though, it's Waddle and Thomas. And then Dorsey, Terry, Ramondre, Keys, and Bullough. Defensively, I think we know who our defensive leaders are. The 3 guys who have dominated over the course of a couple seasons. Duggar, Mapu, Wade. All have 20 or more tackles. But it's DJ Wade. Chris Wade. Stop saying DJ. You can literally read it. 10 tackles for loss. Mapu and Davis both have 6. Clowney has 3. Duggar and Gilmore have 2 each. Then Gonzo, Jones, Ali McNeil, and Davis all have 1. And most of those come on sacks. Wade with 5 sacks, Mapu with 3, Clowney with 2, Gilmore 1.5, Duggar, Jones, McNeil 1, half for Davis. 2 picks for Duggar, 1 for Wade Gilmore Jackson. Pass deflections, 3 for Reynolds, 2 for Wade Gonzalez, 1 for Duggar, Jackson, Clowney, and Goodwin. No forced fumbles yet. Not shocking. 2 safeties, Gilmore and Davis, and 1 touchdown by Eddie Jackson. Most downs played, Duggar, Jackson, Mapu. Yeah, so if you guys enjoyed another great game, number 1 offense, what's our defensive rating? Number 2. We're the best team in the league, guys. I might change the sliders a little bit, but I'm also scared to not. Oh, right now I'm extending Jordan Davis. I'll give you a 4-year deal, bump up the money. There we go. Jordan Davis is back. Duggar, you're coming back, whether you like it or not. I will franchise tag you. So we've got the Raiders, a bye week, and then the Steelers. So we're the best team in football. Tied with the Cowboys. I think it's just the Cowboys. Yep, just the Cowboys. Or any 0-14s. Packers, Colts, and Giants. Where do the Steelers are pretty good this year. I think we have the most points for and some of the least points against. So yeah, we are. Oh my gosh, the Jets. I think over almost half of those are from us. We scored 58 on them. So, anyways, guys, Chiefs, Jesus, it's back to the old 2020 Chiefs when we were giving up massive points, but we had Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, and Kelsey put him at a bajillion points. So, outro. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.